Hi students, welcome to the Adobe Learn YouTube channel. Today I'm going to brief about spherical mirrors. So in this video I'm going to explain the concept of the spherical mirrors, types of mirrors, and the terms related to the spherical mirrors, and the relationship between F and R. F means focal length, R means radius of curvature. Then what are the different image formations with respect to the position of the object. Then the mirror formula. So let us start now. So what is meant by spherical mirror? Spherical mirror, it is nothing but a mirror whose reflecting surfaces are spherical, or in other words you can say spherical mirrors are those mirrors which have a surface, that is a reflecting surface, like spherical shape. So that is called as a spherical mirrors. So in this, the reflecting surface of such mirrors can be considered as a part of the surface of the sphere. So now, what are the different types of spherical mirrors? There are two types of spherical mirrors. One is concave mirror, another one is the convex mirror. What is meant by concave mirror? In the concave mirror, it is nothing but it is one of the type of spherical mirror whose reflecting surface is curved inwards. Curved inwards means the faces towards the center of the sphere is called as a concave mirror. So this is the diagram. Here, just to see that this is the inside is the reflecting side, the outside is the silhouette side. So here it is, this reflecting side, that is the reflecting surface, is towards the center of the sphere. This dotted line, it is a imaginary circle drawn with C as a center. C means center of curvature. You can discuss later on. Now go to the second one. What is the second one? The second one is a convex mirror. In the convex mirror, just opposite to the concave mirror. That means that here it is nothing but it is one of the type of spherical mirror whose reflecting surface is curved outward. Here it is inward, here it is outward. Just see the diagram. So in this diagram, the outside is the reflecting surface, inside is the silhouette side. This reflecting side or a surface, it is curved outwards. It is curved outwards, it is a convex mirror. It is curved inward, it is a concave mirror. Now let us move to the next sub-chapter, that is terms related to the spherical mirror. Just observe both the mirrors. This is the concave mirror, this is the convex mirror, and here this line is you have seen, no? This is the mirror surface, and this dotted line, that is the imaginary circle in both the sides. And here C means center of curvature, P means pole, and PC, that is the radius of curvature, the principal axis, that is the PC, and this one, what we call it as a, there are important terms, I will repeat once again: center of curvature, radius of curvature, principal axis, and pole. So let us discuss one by one. What are the different terms? I already said that one is the center of curvature, pole, principal axis, and aperture. So here it is. First, let us consider the center of curvature. This center of curvature, it is nothing. It is the center of the imaginary hollow sphere of the glass. This one. See the dotted line in the both the mirrors, of which the spherical mirror is a part. Spherical mirror is, this is a spherical mirror, or in other words, you have to draw a imaginary circle with C as a center, radius equal to PC. What is the PC? It is radius of curvature. See the down. So center of curvature, it is the center of the imaginary hollow sphere of the glass, of which spherical mirror is a part. It is usually denoted by a capital letter C. The center of curvature of a concave mirror is in front of the mirror, and for the convex mirror, it is behind it. That is, the C is behind the mirror. Second one is the radius of curvature. What is the radius of curvature in both the cases? That is the PC. P means what? Pole. C means center of curvature, or in other words, it is a radius of the imaginary hollow sphere of the glass, of which spherical mirror is a part. That is, in the both the cases, PC, that is the PC is equal to radius of curvature. It is the radius of the imaginary hollow sphere of a glass. It is usually denoted by a capital letter R. Next, go to the pole. The pole means here it is denoted by the letter P in both the cases. The center of the reflecting surface of a spherical mirror. This one, MN, this one, you can see this here. This P, it is lies on the reflecting surface of the mirror. That is, or in other words, it is the center of the reflecting surface of spherical mirror. It is usually denoted by letter P in both the cases. The pole of a spherical mirror lies on the surface of the mirror. Next, principal axis. What is the principal axis? It is an imaginary line passing through the center of curvature and pole of a spherical mirror produced on the both the sides. In the both the cases, x dash, see here in the diagram, x dash is the principal axis of a concave and convex mirror. So now discuss the principal focus of a concave mirror. This is the diagram. In this diagram, these are parallel rays, are there? No, they are incident rays parallel to the principal axis. They fall on the mirror. After reflecting, they are meet at a point called F. That F is a principal focus of a concave mirror. So, principal focus of a concave mirror, it is a point on the principal axis and close to it, at which the all incident rays parallel to the principal axis. Actually, the meet at a point F converge after reflection from the mirror. The concave mirror always have a real focus. That means that real means it is formed at a point F. It is always lies in front of the concave mirror and it is denoted by the letter F. So what is the focal length of the concave mirror? The focal length means small f. That is the distance between principal focus and a pole. The focal length of the concave mirror, it is the distance between principal focus F and the pole of the mirror P. It is usually denoted by a small letter F. In the diagram, PF or FP is equal to small f. That is focal length of the concave mirror. So let us move to the principal focus of a convex mirror. See the diagram. So in this diagram, these are the incident rays. It is falls on the mirror. After reflection from the mirror, it appears to be diverged. That is the difference between the concave and convex. It appears to be diverged at F. So here also same thing. The principal focus of a convex mirror, it is a point on the principal axis of the mirror at which all incident rays, these are the rays, the parallel is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 axis. It is parallel to the principal axis, close to it. It appears to be diverged after reflection from the mirror. What is the difference between the concave and convex? In the concave mirror, it is a real focus, but in the convex mirror, it is virtual focus. It always lies behind the convex mirror. It is usually denoted by a capital letter F. Similarly, here also, the focal length of a convex mirror. What is the focal length of the convex mirror? Same thing. It is the distance between the principal focus and pole of the mirror. It is usually denoted by small letter F. See the diagram, PF. This distance between P and capital F is called as a focal length of the convex mirror. Now let us go to the what is the relationship between radius of curvature and focal length of a spherical mirror. That is the radius of curvature means, see the both the diagram. This is convex mirror. This is concave mirror. What is the radius of curvature in the diagram? PC. In the both the cases, PC. And length of the PF. What is the PF? PF is focal length of a spherical mirror. What is the relationship? The radius of curvature is equal to twice the focal length, or in other words, focal length is equal to half of the radius of curvature. This is the relationship. Just observe here. For spherical mirror having a small aperture, the principal focus F lies exactly at the midpoint of the pole and center of curvature. Therefore, focal length of the spherical mirror is equal to half of its radius of curvature, or in other words, radius of curvature is twice its focal length. So what is a aperture means? I said now this is the portion of the mirror from which the reflection of the light actually takes place. So see the relationship. Small f is equal to r by 2 and r is equal to 2 into small f. This is the relationship. Sometimes in the examination they may ask you to just write the relationship or the equation for relation between r and small f, or it may be asked you to derive the relationship, relation or the equation. So let us discuss how to derive the equation of focal length with respect to the radius of curvature, or in other words, to derive f is equal to r by 2. So first I will take the concave mirror. So in this concave mirror, this OA, what is the OA? OA is the incident on the mirror which is parallel to the principal axis. That is I will write the axis name. That is I will take the here. This is x dash. So consider a ray of light OA. It is parallel to principal axis x dash. Then join AC. Go to join AC, and AC is normal to the mirror at point A. So let the ray of light get reflected along this line AB, that is passing through the focus F. So let I be, that is the I means what? Angle of this one. This is I and this is R. Okay. So here what is R? R means radius of curvature, small f is focal length, and C is the center of curvature, F is the principal focus, and P is the pole of a mirror. So let us consider first law of reflection. What is the first law of reflection? Says that angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. That is, angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. See the diagram. I equal to R. What is the I? OAC CAF. So now also OAC equal to ACF, being alternative angles from 1 and 2. You say CAF equal to ACF, this and this. Suppose in a triangle any two angles are equal, that triangle is said to be isosceles triangle. In the isosceles triangle, two angles are equal. Similarly, two sides are equal. What are the two sides? CF and AF. So therefore, CF equal to AF. Now recall this one, CP. What is the CP? CP is equal to R CF plus FP. So see this one, CP is equal to CF plus FP. So from the diagram, CF will become AF because it is a isosceles triangle. AF the CF become AF. So AF plus FP. So now on the mirror, point A lies very close to the pole P. So in such a case as this, assume that A is very near to P. That means that FA, it is very similarly equal to the FP. AF is very similarly equal to the FE. Therefore, this equation, what is this equation? The CP means what? R, become twice the FE. What is the FE? See diagram here, small f. Therefore, R equal to 2 into small f, or F equal to R by 2. Okay, F is equal to R by 2. So, this is the relation between focal length and radius of curvature for concave mirror. Sometimes in the examination they may ask you to derive a equation F equal to R by 2 or R equal to 2F. This is your proof. Now let us move to the relation between focal length, radius of curvature for a convex mirror. Same thing, everything is same, only the diagram is slightly different. Just observe the diagram, this diagram, that diagram. So this is the convex mirror. So same description, let us consider here. Consider ray of light, this FA is parallel to the principal axis. It is incident on the mirror, which is parallel to the principal axis mirror. Then the ray of light get reflected along AB, this one, passing through the principal focus F. So join AC and produce outward. Then same thing, AC is normal to the mirror at point A. Same thing, let I, this is the I will write it here. This is I and this is R. So what is I? Angle of incidence and the angle of reflection. Same thing, just recall the first law of reflection of light. What is the first law of reflection light? Says that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So in the diagram, OAN is equal to BAN, and also in the diagram FCA is equal to OAN, being a vertical opposite. Just see the diagram, is being a vertically opposite angles. Similarly, FCA BAN. So from the diagram, FAC FCA, this one, FAC FCA. I will just mark that one. I will get the highlighter. This one, FAC. This is the triangle. In the FH triangle, FAC FCA. These are the two equal angles. So because of that one, you can say that ACF, that is a ACF is a isosceles triangle. So same relationship. Now CP means what? Radius of curvature equal to CF and FP. Therefore, FP is equal to AF, because here also the same assumption. What is the assumption? It's A is an aperture. The aperture is very near to the pole P. Therefore, AF is very near equal to the FP or PF. So, CP become 2 times the FP, this one. So, R is equal to 2 into F, or F is equal to R by 2. So, this is the relation between focal length and radius of curvature for convex mirror. So, this is the derivation for equation F is equal to R by 2. So, let us move to the image formation. So, before image formation, you should understand what are the sign convention for spherical mirrors. So let us consider the concave mirror. Any distance measured towards the right, it is taken as positive. Any distance measured towards the left, it is taken as negative. Similarly, height of the object with respect to the principal axis, it is upward, it is taken as a positive. If it is downward, it is treated as a negative. Same thing, I will give the description here, same thing. The object is always placed on the left of the mirror and light from the object falls from left to right. All distance parallel to the principal axis are measured from the pole P. I said no already, all distance measured to the right of the pole are taken as positive. All distance measured to left of the pole are taken as negative. Similarly, the height measured upward perpendicular to the principal axis is taken as a positive. The height measured downwards perpendicular to the principal axis is taken as negative. Now let us move to the image formation. First I will consider the concave mirror. What is the first position? You want to assume that object is at infinity. So object is placed at infinity. What is the image formation? The image is formed exactly at the focus, that is the principal focus, F. What is the nature of the image? The nature of the image, it is highly diminished, real and inverted. Suppose if you place the object at the infinity position, image is formed at the F and it is highly diminished. Highly diminished means very very small in size, real and inverted. Now let us go to the second position of the object. In the second position of the object, you place the object behind C. What is the C? Center of curvature. Here it is, the image is formed between C, center of curvature, and principal focus, capital F. And what is the nature of the image? Here also same thing. It is a diminished, real and inverted. Next position. So third position, when the object is placed exactly the C, that is the center of curvature, what is the image size? So suppose if you place object exactly at the C, you will get the same size of the object, that is the image of the object, same as that of the object, and also it is exactly formed at the same position. What is the same position? That is the C. So when the object is placed at center of curvature of a concave mirror, the image is a real, inverted, same size, and it is formed at the same position, capital C. This position is a very important. You have to remember. They may ask you what is the position of the object when the size of the image exactly equal to size of the object. That position is exactly placed at center of curvature. Now let us go to the next position. So when the object is placed between C and F, here C is center of curvature and principal focus F, the image is formed behind the C. And what is the size of the image? It is enlarged, big size compared to the object size, and it is real and similarly inverted. Let us go to the next position. Suppose when the object placed at exactly at the principal focus, capital F, the image is formed at infinity. Image is formed at infinity. What is the size of the image? It is highly enlarged and it is real and inverted. So suppose if the object is placed at the principal focus, image is formed at the infinity, size of the image is highly enlarged, real and inverted. So what is the next position of the object means? You have to place the object between F and P. F means principal focus, P means pole. So here it is, image is formed behind the mirror, and here size of the image also somewhat enlarged compared to the object, but it is virtual and it is erect. Sometimes they may ask you In case of concave mirror, what is the position of the object? You will get the erect image. That is, your position of the object is between principal focus and pole. This is the summary of the image formation by a concave mirror. So these are the same thing what I explained before, to infinity, B and C, and here just you have to observe very important one is virtual and erect. In all the 5 cases, position of the object, nature of the image is real inverted, but in the last case it is a virtual and erect. What is the position of the object? Between P and F. So now let us discuss the application of a concave mirror. What are the uses of concave mirror or application of the concave mirror? The main application of the concave mirror, they are used in torches, searchlights, headlights of a vehicles to get parallel beams of a light. So the main application of the concave mirror, they are used in the torchlighters, searchlighters and headlights of the vehicles. So if you go to the barber shop, in the barber shop also they are using the concave mirror. Or in other words, what is the purpose of using the saving mirrors? We want to see the large image of our face while doing the saving. So next one, if you go to the dentist, they are also using the concave mirror. What is the purpose? They want to see the large image of our teeth. And similarly, this large concave mirror are used to concentrate sunlight to produce heat in solar furnaces. These are some of the important applications of a concave mirror. Now let us go to the convex mirror. Here it is same thing. You have to observe image formed by convex mirror. First position, as usual, you can take at an infinity position. The image is formed at the principal focus F, and behind the mirror, what is the size of the image? Same thing, it is a highly diminished, that is a very small in size, virtual but erect. So what is the next one? Position is, you have to place the object between infinity and the pole. Between infinity and the pole, image is formed, same thing, behind the mirror. It is diminished, small in size, virtual and erect. So just summary of the nature, position of the image formed by a convex mirror. Same thing, I summarized the information in a table. Just look at that one. In the there are 2 positions. One is at infinity, another one is between infinity and the pole. The nature of the image both are same, virtual and erect. Suppose at infinity means very small in size. Beyond infinity and pole is little bit small in size. What are the application of a convex mirror? So most application of the convex mirror, they are used as a rear view mirrors in vehicles. If you want to ride a 2-wheeler or a 4-wheeler or a car, you can see your rear view mirror. From that you can see any other cars or vehicles moving towards your side. That is but size of the image of the vehicles looking behind you, it is small in size. Because of that only we are using convex mirror as a rear view mirrors in vehicle. Convex mirror give erect means straight, but diminished images of the objects. They also have a wider field of view than plane mirrors. This is one of the important application of a convex mirror. So let us go to the last one, mirror formula. What is the mirror formula? The mirror formula, it is a relationship between object distance u, image distance v and focal length. So let us consider this is the concave mirror. Here it is the real object distance is bp, image distance b dash p and focal length fp. So what is the formula? 1 divided by f equal to 1 divided by v equal to 1 divided by u. Sometimes they may ask you derive a equation, same thing, 1 by f equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u. F is a focal length, v is a image distance, u is a object distance. Let us consider in this diagram, AB is a object. It is positioned at BP. BP means u, that is the distance of object from the pole. Then image is formed at a distance v. What is the v? B dash p from the mirror. The position of the image is obtained at a dash b dash. So let us observe how to derive this equation. I will explain step by step. So I will take the two triangles. Just observe here. I will take the highlighter. ABC, this one. ABC, and similarly A dash, B dash, C. These two triangles, both are similar triangles. AB means object height. A dash, B is image height equal to BC divided by B dash C. Next, just observe here. I will remove this one. Now let us consider the two triangles. What are the two triangles? One is DEF, this one. DEF and A dash, B dash, C, this triangle. Let us consider these two triangles. Here it is DE divided by A dash, B dash. EF divided by B dash, F. But observe the diagram. Just wait. I will remove this one. AB is exactly equal to DE. What is the AB? Object height. So AB divided by A dash B dash equal to EF B dash F. This is the equation number 2. I will continue. So from 1 and 2, BC equal to B dash C equal to EF divided by B dash F. Same thing here, I explained in the previous slides. D is very close to P, then EF is equal to PF. What is the PF? Focal length. So just replace that EF by PF. Now from the diagram, right, what is BC? This one, BC, this is BC is equal to PC minus PB. Similarly, B dash C, PB dash minus PC. Similarly, B dash F, B dash F is equal to PB dash minus PF. Substitute these values in the above equation. It becomes PC minus PB, PB dash minus PC equal to PF divided by PB dash minus PF. Now see the diagram. Wait, I will show that one. I will show that one. PC means this one. This is R means radius of curvature. PB means this one. U means object distance. PF means what? This one. This is focal length. Then PB dash, this one. This is V. V means image distance. Why all are negative sign? PC is equal to minus R, PB is equal to minus U, PF is equal to minus small f, PB dash equal to minus V. According to the sign convention, any distance measured towards the left, this is the mirror, any distance, what are the distance? U, R, F and V, any distance measured to the left, we taken as a negative. Therefore, all are minus R, minus U, minus F, minus V. Substitute these values in this equation. I will continue. So, substitute minus R, minus of minus U divided by minus V, minus of minus R equal to minus F, minus V, minus of minus F. Simplify that equation. You will get minus R plus U minus V plus R equal to minus F divided by minus V plus F. Cross multiplying these two equations, you will get V into R minus U into V minus F into capital R plus U into F equal to VF minus F into R. This F into R, F into R gets cancelled each other, equal to VR minus VF minus UV equal to minus UF. So this VR minus VF, it become a VF according to the relationship between R and F. What is the R and F? R is equal to 2F. So you replace R is equal to 2F. 2F minus F, it become again F. So VF minus UV equal to minus UF. Dividing throughout by UVF, you can simplify it as a 1 by U minus 1 by F equal to minus 1 by V. Just rearranging this equation, you will get 1 by F equal to 1 by V plus 1 by V. This is our equation. This is how to derive the relationship between F focal length, V image distance and object distance. Now let us go to the magnification of a mirror. What is the magnification of a spherical mirror? Spherical mirror, whether you can consider concave or convex mirror, it is the ratio of the height of the image to the height of the object. In mathematical formula or in mathematical equation, the magnification equal to height of the image divided by height of the object. If hi is the height of the image, h0 is the height of the object, it become m is the notation for the magnification, equal to hi divided by h0. Suppose the same magnification related to the object distance and image distance, it is expressed as minus v divided by u. This is also very important equation. Sometimes they may ask you to find magnification or height of the image or distance, whether object distance or image distance. It may be helpful in solving the problems. Okay, thanks for listening with the great patience. Like the videos for YouTube algorithms. If you have any doubts, please comment in a comment box. Thank you once again.